Well, how do I feel as a remote viewer? I'm a professional remote viewer using a technique called heart-centered remote viewing. How's everybody doing? It's Whimsy. I just woke up. I'm having a lovely cup of coffee. I'm getting back into the Robusta beans. I went through the phase of the Arabica beans, but now I'm feeling like the Robusta has a more of a full body. I'm getting into the Vietnamese Robusta. Absolutely delicious, the Vietnamese Robustas. Check out the gourmet Vietnamese Robusta on Amazon. Blows it out of the water. 18 bucks, expensive as hell. So, yeah, guard it like you would your children. Okay. So, let's go back to the first remote view. I was at the bottom of the hill. I don't know if I had a vehicle. Maybe I had a bicycle. I was a local person. I was not kidnapping Nancy because I was part of the cartel. It was not a cartel kidnapping. I was a local punk. I kept hearing myself when I go into the energy of the kidnapper. I feel like I'm from Tucson. That this is not some Mexican gang that's come in over the border. Yippee yay, yippee oh, yeah, that's not what's happening here. Instead, I kind of got I was thinking like. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball. I felt like I was an American, right? And I felt as this person because HCRV is not what other psychics are doing. Okay. I'm not trying, if I try to project onto you, what's he doing? What's he doing? I'm not doing heart-centered remote viewing because heart-centered remote viewing is based on Vajrayana, which predates Buddhism. It's a shamanic technique. I love how these people say, well, you're not doing remote viewing if you don't take this course that's $4,000 with hidden targets. I'm thinking, what about the Dakota Sioux who have had remote viewers for thousands of years? And what about the remote viewers of Peru, the Peruvian Andes? And what about the remote viewers of the Vajrayana school? So I was just like, anyway, so we're a different school. That's what I would say. We're not that school. No disrespect to that school. It's just that that's not our school. Our school is descended from the teachings of where you find Vajrayana. Buddhism predating Vajrayana, actually, the shamans of Asia. So your direction as a remote viewer is that you go inward, not outward. So I'm not trying to project, and instead I go inward, I ground, and I try with love and compassion to put myself in the shoes of the person that I'm attempting to connect with, so much so that I can relate to them and being them. And that's the proper way to profile. So I feel like I was there my whole life, or, my childhood in Tucson. I have a brother. I saw that I have a brother. And I felt like we were troublemakers and we were born trouble. But I also have a guilty conscience. um, like I believe in Jesus, right? So there's this conflict in this. If I was to profile this individual, it was somebody who has bad impulse control, is always getting into trouble, feels guilty or bad about it, and may be linked to the TMZ letters in the sense, but the person who's writing the TMZ says, I know who it was, and go off to Mexico. It ain't here. Don't go looking around Tucson, right? I think what could be happening is that the letters are coming from a particular person in Tucson who is directly related, trying to say, oh, it was my friends who did it. Yeah, it's those people. Give me the money so I can get the hell out of here. I need to be free. Maybe I can go over the border. I've got a criminal record for burglary. So this goes back also to the remote, that this is a local person. He has a sibling, a brother, and we're always looking for trouble because we always want money. We always need money. Girlfriends are expensive, right? You know, that's what drug dealers will often say. Is like, man, my girlfriends are expensive. So always looking for a scam, always looking around for things to steal, always looking for, scrap metal, or checking around construction. Maybe I've done a little construction, looking to see if workers left a drill or anything I can sell. So I'm one of those people. So it's somebody who starts out with petty crime, is local, from the area, is a troublemaker. People know this. And I feel like my household is a house of trouble. My brother and I are trouble, and it's a house of trouble. So maybe the cops are there every other Tuesday. Oh, we know that house. There's a big flashing red light over on 222 because they're always over there. So I felt that as well when I went into this. That neighborhood guy, if you grow up in a small town in that area, oh, they're back at the so-and-so's house, right? So let's go into the number one suspect. I'm not making any accusations. Oh, and I felt, as I had said, that it was not one of the Guthrie family. It was not politically motivated. It was just somebody trying to make a buck. It was an escalation of a punk into increasingly greater and greater crimes. All right. So we had pre-recorded everything a couple of weeks ago. Now let's go and review. Number one suspect at this time is a man by the name of Luke A. Daley. He has a brother, Matthew. So goes back again to this remote that this could have been a Catholic or Christian family, Luke and Matthew, right? Father died a few years ago. So you've got these kids that are off making mischief. This is an unedited photo. We can take a look at him. He was stopped in his Land Rover on the 13th by police, or 14th, excuse me. His girlfriend is in custody. His brother and mother were also questioned. So now so he does have a brother, which was similar to the remote. He is local, similar to the remote. And he has a past criminal record similar to the remote, drug-related charges, trafficking drugs mentioned in older records, and some digging has led him loosely to other people, property in the Tucson area with shady connections. This is an unaltered, un-AI image photograph, which sleuths say the eyes match, according to AI, with the person in the front of the house of Nancy Guthrie. As we said a couple of days ago, I felt when I became the police officer that we had re-released the fish. We had tagged and released to see that he would take us back to wherever they were holding the body or the person. Hopefully Nancy's alive, right? We don't want to make any claims about anything. So we tag and we release. So I feel, as the remote viewer, like my conscience is getting to me. I need to be free. Just give me 50,000. I'll tell you where the person is. I got to get out of here. I feel terrible about what I have done. It wasn't me. It was people I knew. Right? I'm starting to feel guilty. My Christian faith that I was raised in starting to get to me. About what I have done, escalating crimes, mental health problems. This is a kid that was involved in crime early on. We know that from his rap sheet and his brother Matthew's rap sheet. Why didn't we intervene so that it never got to this point in the first place? Let's see how this plays itself out. Let's see how it plays itself out. I think we're very close, like within the next 24 hours of getting an answer. All right. I want to thank you all for watching this. Believe in the power of remote viewing. We are all connected. And I hope in some way I've been of assistance. Thank you for your time. God bless.